So, what changes your brain for the better? We know self talk does that, but what else? Hey, it's Lenny Winterstrom, and I am here to help you find your purpose. That's what I do on this channel. And one of the tools I use is Dr. Shad Helmstetter's book, 365 Days of Positive Self Talk for Finding Your Purpose. And we are on today, November 25th. There are we are on day 330, 36 days left in the year. And we are, the puppies came over here. Ben, come on. There are 36 days left in the year, and we are 90.16% complete with 2024. Ben, who puedes venir? Yeah, and she's just like, who are you talking to? I talk to Steve a lot, and they're always looking for him, especially Happy Bean. She really misses Steve. Yeah, we miss him, but we're doing good. So November 25th. So we're going to talk about what is it that changes your brain today. But first, let's read the passage from Dr. Shad Helmstetter's book. I know there are important purposes in my life. It is my choice to find and fulfill each of them. And as we talk about all the time, you have many, many purposes. I have many, many purposes. We play many, many roles. There are many purposes in our life. But what is that overarching purpose in your life? Why did you come here to planet Earth? Or why are you here? What is it that you want to achieve, to do before you take your last breath and leave this planet? What is it that you want to look back behind you and say, wow, that is exactly what I wanted to do? Just working backwards from wherever you are and say, that is what I wanted to do. That would feel amazing, and move towards that. Just working backwards. It's very, very fun to think about things like that and to move yourself. But look at that, 36 days left in the year. So if you have not yet found your purpose, ahoy! Where's my purpose? No, that's not how it goes. It's within. Your purpose is within. Look, I have my little turtle, my spirit animal, always overcoming. I want you to think about this. You can overcome absolutely anything. What does a turtle do? It's on its back, and it struggles with its little feetsies, and it struggles and struggles, and its tail and everything, and then it goes, and it gets back up on its feet. You are the turtle. You are like the turtle. You always get back up on your feet. So this is a tool. What can help you to find your purpose, help you to get on your feet, help you to become and really just become your purpose and move towards your purpose? What is it that can do that? Visualization. Visualization changes your brain. When you visualize something clearly, your brain sees it as real. This is huge. I really want you to understand this, because a lot of people say, when you are, there's a lot to read right here, but here it is. So this is the self-talk tip number 44 in this book. There's so much more than just these passages. So if you are visualizing something, people are saying you have to see it. This was one of the things, the Master Key System. Many, many years ago, I read the Master Key System, and I was like, how am I supposed to see it as if it's already happened? Well, the whole thing is visualization, and it's your body, your mind. It does not know whether it's real or imagined, which is why children can imagine, and they have these conversations with think about your imaginary friends when you were little, and then here you grew up, and you were told, that's not real, that's not real. limitations, right? So this is what happened. You were born with unlimited promise and potential, and then you got programmed. Part of that unlimited promise and potential was visualizing, seeing it. You could see those imaginary little peeparoos. You could play with them. You could see angels. You could see whatever it was. You could see whatever you wanted to be. You could see it. You could visualize it. And then you got programmed, meaning you became an adult or educated. You got educated, and that got pushed out of you, and you started seeing it as, oh, I'm daydreaming. I really need to focus on my studies and do. So this let's talk about visualization changes your brain. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to read the whole thing because this is so importante that you understand that your brain sees things. It does not matter what it is. You tell it what you're seeing, you feel it, you add emotion, and guess what? You're visualizing. Your brain doesn't care. It does not care. Your heart does not care. Your heart is just open. And so this is humongous. Okay. When you visualize something clearly, your brain sees it as real. So if you want to imprint something in your brain, such as a goal you want to achieve, visualizing a clear picture of you attaining that goal will actually help your brain make it happen. In a famous Harvard study of two groups of volunteers practicing a 5-finger piano exercise at the end of a week of piano practice sessions, both groups of volunteers showed an increase in neuronal growth in a specific region in their brain's motor cortex. This neuronal growth was the direct result of practicing the piano exercise for a period of time each day. Neuronal, so neurons, neural pathways, creating. Here's the interesting part. One of the groups of volunteers had practiced playing the piano only in their imagination. In their imagination. Can you imagine? As a child, do you remember imagining? Without touching a piano. And they achieved results that were similar to those who had physically practiced on real pianos. They practiced visualization. Their practice visualization by itself caused the new neurons to grow. When you're practicing positive self-talk, make sure you're also visualizing the results you want to achieve. The more often you clearly visualize your intended result, the more your brain will see it, believe it, wire it in, act on it, and make it happen. That's how you do it. In a very, very small nutshell, those are your steps of how you do it. You visualize it so that the intended result, where you want to go, and the more often, because remember, repetition, so key to rewiring your brain. So the more often you clearly visualize your intended result, the more your brain will see it, believe it, wire it in as permanent, overcoming the other. It'll become a stronger program. Act on it. It will help you to make it happen. So it will make it happen. That's how you do it. And this is from The Power of Neuroplasticity. So by Dr. Shad Helmstetter. You can read that book, and I know that book will be life-changing for you, just as it was for me. When you understand neuroplasticity, you do not need to understand all the various parts, the executive center, the amygdala, you do not need to understand any of that. All you need to understand is that you can rewire your brain and change your programs. You don't need to be all, oh, I know everything about the brain. I don't know everything about the brain. And very honestly, I really wonder about, it's kind of like when all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's new information on the brain, or there's new this, there's new that. Things we thought about, but we never knew. I believe that about the brain. I really believe that the brain and the mind to me is connected to divinity and subconscious, all of it. So I can learn all I want about the brain itself. That's really cool. Science is really cool. Yet I believe there's way mucho more than we even have even touched. And moving into the quantum, quantum field where all things are possible and all probabilities exist, all possibilities exist. It's like all of that, you are creating and moving energy. So, because you're part of it. And when you can see something, this is one of the things I love about Joe Dispenza's and why I do the meditations every day. This morning I did one of potential, because all potentials exist, and you align your frequency, and it's so much the master key system. It's just there's easier ways to get there and understand it. The master key system, and it is wonderful, but it tripped me up for so many years. And when the more that I practiced and got it, and this is why practical spirituality became something for me. It needed to be practical, and the master key system is practical. It's a book, and it's very, very practical, written in the 1920s, um, somewhere in there. Very, very fascinating. But these are not new concepts, even in the 1900s. Like, go way back to the pyramids and the Egyptians and all it goes way beyond. It goes so far back, meaning the ability to understand that we are so much more than matter, the particle. Become the wave. When you become the wave, then you are creating, you are moving, you are creating from a place of energy, which everything is energy. When you're coming from a place of matter, the human, like Lenny, if I'm creating from being Lenny, then I'm going to have a really difficult time, because I'm going to clash against this matter and that matter and all kinds of physical matter. But when I become the wave, then all of a sudden I am bringing from the invisible into the visible, because I am the wave. Let go of knowing who Lenny is and all of those other things that is on planet Earth, the particle, the matter. Create from being the wave. And this is one of the reasons why I love Joe Dispenza's meditations, because he's always talking about become no one in no time, nowhere, no thing. And the more I do those, the more I move into a space of becoming no thing, nothing. And which then makes me everything. And I'm part of all of it. And so this is when you this is the part of visualization of when you come from a place of energy and you can visualize it, because when you're visualizing it, is it tangible? Is it something you can touch from inside of your mind? No, it's your imagination, and you're bringing it like in, and you're seeing it, and you're seeing it, and you're seeing it, and you're creating it, and you're bringing from the invisible into the tangible, the visible. You're creating the particle, more of the particle, but from the energy, from the wave. So, in a nutshell, basically, you are seeing something, and it's really important to you. So let's just make it super clear, because it might seem so far out and so difficult, but it's not. It's really not. There is, think about this in quantum physics, just think about this. If there is 0.99999%, which is the particle, so matter, and 99.99999 or whatever percent is the wave. So what is that? That's energy. So if that's what it is, then what are we doing on planet Earth trying to create and recreate and create all this material, or bring into on planet Earth, bring whatever it is we want to create. We want to uh, so many entrepreneurs, it's like content, I've got to figure it out. And people want to build a new toilet, build a new, like, make it, build a new mousetrap, build this, do chairs, do, furniture, build a company, do whatever it is. And the thing is, when you come from, when you move, and the master key system really helped me with this. It took me many years to get there. But, and talk about repetition, I would play that every single day. Every single day I would listen to that. And on, especially when I was traveling to and from here, when we were building here, but even way before that, a friend of mine gave it to me about 5 or 6 years ago. And boy, the CD, and I just played it and played it and played it. And before that, I had been reading the book and reading the book, and it was a difficult thing to get. Yet the concepts, yet what I understood is, if I could see it, it's not tricking your brain, because your brain is objective. It doesn't matter what you tell it. And this is why I talk to you about self-talk. The brain is just there to help you to do whatever it is you say you want. That it's so powerful. So if you can consistently tell it you're not worthy, you're not good enough, all of these things, then guess what it's going to do for you? It's going to help you to not be worthy or not be good enough. it's so simple when you think about this concept, yet it's so difficult, because we have we are we have been programmed. And the really beautiful thing is that Dr. Shad Helmstetter created a very easy way to move into the brain and help it to rewire with the programs that you want, which is why I continually support and encourage you to get the app, because I have rewired my brain, and it's very obvious to me my ability to succeed in every single area of my life, and to feel confident where I didn't feel confident before. I gave you the example of driving the 37-foot motorhome, pulling the Jeep, which makes us about 47 feet long. And I got in, I'm just doing it. And this was in March and April and of this year. And and Steve was there with me. He's like, okay, babe, if you could drive, that'd be great. I'm like, yep, got it. And I drove a lot. And I had I was not intimidated. And just for perspective, I was super intimidated before that. And I got in, and I was just driving, and I thought, why is this so easy? And it came to me, I rewired my brain that I can do anything. And that was just amazing. So and I didn't have to visualize, I didn't have to do anything, because I listened to the self-talk that I am fully capable and confident and competent, and I am able to do anything. My self-esteem is like way higher. And my self-esteem prior to that, probably pretty darn high, because of all my spiritual understanding who and what I really am. Yet that rewiring the physical, the brain on planet Earth, part of the body, was so beneficial to my success and my confidence and competency in driving that, with absolutely not even an inkling of insecurity or lack of confidence, or can I do this, or any of it. Like, I had absolutely no self-doubt, none. And that was when I thought, that was my biggest breakthrough. That was in March of this year, because I've been doing it, but I hadn't. I mean, I knew that I was becoming more and more confident, more competent, more in tune with who I was, and with more abilities to, not in tune for who I am, just more just confident and feeling very competent in my life and able to do absolutely anything. It was more the determination which I have had like from as a child to do something. It was just amplified. It was amplified by my self-confidence and lack of self-doubt, like totally understanding I could do it. So this visualization talked about what could change your brain. We know the self-talk can change your brain. I hope that you download. It's always in the description. I hope that you will download that. Start playing it for your children. Start playing it for your babies, your grandchildren, for yourself, for your family. The more you repeat, 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 turn it on, push play while you're doing something else, and just listen and see what happens for you. So this visualization will change your brain because now you're visualizing, you're seeing it, and your brain knows nothing, doesn't know anything else but what you tell it to know. So this is your secret key, visualization, and especially when you add the emotion to it, like a very positive, strong emotion to what you are visualizing. You can feel it. You can feel it. You know it's yours when you understand that it is yours, that it exists. It is in all of those, that potential exists in the quantum field. It exists right now. And all you have to do is align your energy, your frequency to that. Remember what I told you. It's not that what you are attracting to you, it's where you're vibrating. And so if you're vibrating and you're telling your brain, this is where we are vibrating, and you see it in your mind's eye, so powerful, then you are connecting, you are becoming that frequency in the quantum field. So this is how you manifest. It's that simple. It sounds so, to some, so difficult, and I know it did when I first started reading the Master Key System. But when you understand that it's all energy, that it's the energy that creates the particle, it's the wave that creates the particle, it's your intention that creates the particle. It's you bringing from your thought of creating, saying, this is the goal, I see it, this is what I want, and you put down the objectives, and so that you can get past them, and that becomes your, for each objective, that becomes your action step. For each objection, you have an action step, and then you have a blueprint. And of course, you date your goal, you date your action steps, and this is how you move yourself into it. You are operating from the quantum field, and you are bringing from the invisible, you're bringing into the tangible, physical, whether it be filling your bank account, whether it be creating, building a business, creating content, becoming creative for, say you do meditations, and it's like what to say in that meditation that can most help those who are looking for your help. And always remember that when you align with your purpose, you know exactly the direction you want to go, because you know what your purpose, then all of this just starts flowing together. It's not difficult. It just feels difficult because we have been programmed to be limited, and you were born with unlimited promise and potential. And then you got programmed, and now you can reprogram, meaning rewire, fire and wire programs. Rewire those programs so that these new programs will fire when you want your brain to help you to achieve something. It's so beautiful, all of that. So, November 25th, I know there are important purposes in my life. It is my choice to find and fulfill each of them. So we go back to the phrase from Dr. Shad Helmstetter for November 25th, and understand that yes, there are important purposes in your life. It is your choice to find and fulfill each of them. It's your choice. So when you get the self-talk language, when you start listening to the self-talk language, just like any other language, Spanish, French, German, Armenian, it doesn't matter what it is, Croatian, whatever that language is, It is a language, and is a language for the brain, very, very specific to the brain. And it helps you, it literally helps you to see, to focus on what your purpose is. Your purpose is, but overall your purpose, and then your choices to not just fulfill each of them, but your choices to really move yourself, to learn how to excel in times of change. This is, I really want you to understand that you can excel in times of change. And when you rewire your brain, you really start seeing your power. You empower yourself. You, not just from your heart, because your heart is always there to help you. That's your magnetic. That's what you're attracting and putting out, that field. Your brain, your thoughts, that's the electrical. And that's what you're putting out there and bringing in. So your your electromagnetic field. So you are creating that aura all around you. So what are you bringing in? What are you repelling? What is it that you want to bring in? So that's how powerful it is to rewire your brain so that your brain is working for you. And then when you're visualizing everything what you want, you have more conviction that you can do it, you can achieve it, you understand that in the quantum field all potentials exist. It all is already there. Now you just have to match your frequency, your vibration to that, and bring it into planet Earth, into the material world. That's the beauty of, that's one things of, one of the what am I trying to say? The, not opportunity, one of the privileges of, and the perks of being a human, of coming to planet Earth and being both the human and the spirit. Because when you get it, you understand that brain, what a powerful tool that is. And then you got the spirit, and you have your heart, and you have all this stuff, and you recognize you truly are unlimited. And that is so beautiful. I love you so very, very much. Oh, you can. I believe in you. You can do this. You can find your purpose. You can do, be, have, create, become, change absolutely anything that you desire. Match your frequency. Match your frequency to whatever potential that you believe you can be. Get the self-talk app. Change your language. Change your self-talk language from negative to positive, to support you in your personal growth, your personal development of becoming who and what you really want to become. And if you know that you are a culmination on planet Earth, in the 3D world, you're a culmination of all your programs. What programs would you like to change so that you can rise and fly and soar and become that unlimited potential that you were born with? That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing if you just think about that. And it's all right there for you to do it. Think about this coming up, this year coming up. What can you do with the rest? You have 36 days left. What can you do if it takes 21 days to change a habit or dismantle? This is neuroscientists, researchers saying this. What could you do with 36 days if you downloaded that app and started working, rewiring your brain for higher self-esteem, for winning in your relationships, for having wonderful health and fitness, rewiring your brain for all of that, for losing weight, for stopping smoking, for doing the things, for having relationships that are wonderful, that high self-esteem, creating that, and creating your financial success, rewiring your brain to think you're not worthy enough of making your own fortune that you want, that you so desire. Because it's not about money, it's about freedom. When people say they want $1 million or 2 million or 10 or whatever they want, what do they really want? What do you really want when you say that? What do you really see? And this is where visualization can come in. What do you really see? Do you see this pile of money that's on the table? No. You see trips and taking care of your family and having a better education and doing and being free to do what you want to do when you want to do it with who you want to do it and how you want to do it. Like, you see freedom. You see, you can give money to the charities that you believe in. You can have everything you want. You can have your beautiful home, your cars, be so comfortable, and then have immense amounts of financial resources to help others. That's me in Project Santa Claus. Like, I want to help so many peopleroos with just fun things. They need a car, they need this, they need that. They don't need to know who helped them with it. They need to know that it's freedom. It's having the freedom to do what it is you want to do, to travel, to build that home wherever you want, to move to have 2 or 3 homes in different places, to take care of your family, all the things that you want to do, to give to charity, all of those things. It's freedom that you're looking for. When it's freedom, when people are usually freedom, they don't see a big pile of money and say, wow, that looks great, I'm going to frame that like a piece of art. No. What will that money do for them and for others? Coming from the heart. It's freedom. It's freedom. So I love you so very, very mucho. You're awesome and amazing. And as always, shining my light to brighten yours. Wait, let me see what is tomorrow. What about if you never had the chance? We don't think like that, do we? Because you always have the chance. We'll look at that tomorrow. So I love you so very, very much. We'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.